Had a gin and tonic back.
Do a little record on that.
Oh yeah.
Best stuff in the world.
That's amazing.
That the National Sports Center Board of Trustees have commenced preliminary planning with regard to operational planning for the new Aquatic Center to be completed here at our National Sports Center Boston. Progress on the Aquatic Center continues, and the trustees expect to complete the project in late summer or early fall of this year.
Everyone, we would like to tell you about some of the exciting things that are taking place and that are happening at the National Sports Center. If you drive along Frog Lane, you'll see that in addition to our preparation for the what promises to be an exciting 2012 Caribbean Games, and in addition to replacing our internationally certified hockey surface, there is a huge capital project taking place between the two fields, and that is the construction of the National Sports Center Aquatic Center. We remain on course to complete this project in the third or fourth quarter of 2012. That has always been our goal, and that remains in place. We have been successful with the construction to date, and there have been no major problems that we have incurred. The next phase will be to operate the facility. And you may be aware that this is a multi-purpose aquatics facility. And by that I mean it's designed to accommodate a number of activities. These range from high-performance swimming to diving to synchronized swimming to water polo, and it is designed to accommodate a wide spectrum of stakeholders. Those stakeholders will again be the high-performance athletes, the divers, but it will also include toddlers, the school children, the swimming clubs, those who are there for therapeutic purposes, as well as seniors. We have a large component planned for the seniors in our community. We decided that it was, you'll appreciate that to operate a facility like this is no easy task. And the trustees decided that rather than to reinvent the wheel or try and do it ourselves, we would reach out to someone who's done this sort of thing before. We have met Bernie Asbell, who's assisted us in other facets of the development of the National Sports Center. And in addition to assisting with a whole range of health and wellness facilities and sports facilities, Bernie has actually managed and run five, internationally certified aquatic facilities. So we've reached out to him. He's been on island this week. He's met with several stakeholders of ours to see what the needs of Bermuda are and to assist us to devise a master plan that will ensure that our aquatic center continues in the same line as all other aspects of the National Sports Center, so that this will be not only a facility that encourages high performance athletes, but also the community at large. I'll let Bernie tell you a bit more about himself, but we just wanted to tell you because we're excited about what's going on at the National Sports Center, and we thought that we would take this opportunity.
As Sean has identified, my role has been historically working within major sport and recreation infrastructure across Canada by and large, but into the Caribbean, British Virgin Islands, Bermuda. I've had the good fortune also to go to Australia and learn a little bit about some of the magnificent facilities the Australians have constructed, especially in aquatics. I've also had the good fortune to work from the Olympics to the Commonwealth Games to a variety of other sets of games as well, providing legacy counseling in terms of how to maximize the use of the facility after a set of games. These facilities are built for the community, and this particular facility, as the Minister has so aptly identified, is about building community capacity within Bermuda. It's also about building a capacity of sport development. So the programming that we'll be doing as research will come from organizations who have already developed best practices, also tapping into the knowledge and the depth of organizations right here in Bermuda. This week I've had the good fortune to meet with quite a large number of different stakeholders, representatives of BASA, football, track and field, triathlon, numerous others as well. All are really supportive of the idea of a new facility so that they can train and develop their athletes. Really excited and very pleased to identify that all understand the value of introductory style programming. the importance of community-based programming to help them recruit new athletes for their services as well. So indeed, as the Minister and Sean have identified, this pool can easily accommodate the needs of Bermudians from infant through to senior, from recreational athlete, fun play, right through to a high-performance Olympian. My job will be to continue to do some more research, complete analysis and assessment, devise an operating strategy and an operating plan for management structures. I'll be coming back to meet with the Board of Trustees. We will review the different models that are available out there from the world and what might work best for Bermuda. Thereafter, the board will be entrusted with making decisions and acting upon various recommendations that they know will work for them and for therefore Bermuda. The idea is we want to see an integrated facility, one that capitalizes upon the massive, wonderful asset that you already have with the stadia and the fields, and of course this new asset called the Aquatic complex. So indeed there will be a plan of action coming forward within the next number of months, and I'm sure, as the Minister has aptly identified previously, that there will be a plan that's brought forward before construction completion. Building an organization is very similar to building an asset, a physical asset. You have to have the organizational architecture. That's what we are working on now. We will lay the foundations for that organizational architecture and structure, and build it out so that we have the capacity and the capability to deliver the services and programs that will
Can you
benefit
see
all
this developing into a full-time job for someone to oversee?
Absolutely, it will have to be. We won't be able to operate on the same model that we operate on now. There have to be staff to, there's a whole breadth of components that are involved in all of this, so there will have to be full-time staff. There's the maintenance aspect of it. There are lifeguards that have to be engaged. There's a plethora of opportunities for people to be covered.
Okay, well, Mr. Minister, how does this fit into the budget for sports?
Well, it fits into the budget where the budget is going to be required, which is necessary to sustain, because it doesn't make sense building the facility and not being able to operate. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, because there are certain things that have to be quantified based on the programming. So we can't say we need X amount of people or X amount of budget for people as resources to operate the facility until we know exactly what that programming is going to be, or somewhere close to that. So we'll find a way with regard to identifying not just the budget that's required to supplement the operation, but also revenue streams that invariably will be provided as a result of some of the strategies that we have from an operational and design perspective, such as the parking. Just as an example, there is going to be an incredible or significant amount of parking available there, and we're going to try to tie the parking into the membership of the facility, because we need to get some sustainability from the stakeholders who will be using the facility. So if we do that, we then create an entrepreneurial opportunity for someone who might be interested in a shuttle bus service that goes from the parking area at the National Sports Center to their jobs in the city at maybe a reduced rate. So they come to that facility and they exercise, and maybe there's a concession so that they can get breakfast and eat it either on the way on the shuttle to work or after they get to work, and then be picked up after work and come back to pick up their car. But before doing that, they enjoy a good swim and get the exercise in a very wholesome environment, and meet friends and socialize at the same time, and help to support the actual facility, so it becomes even more sustainable. So we're looking very, very deep below the layers of just the surface and what the amenities and the facade looks like to the programming, and supporting the facility as a viable, ongoing, sustainable entity that the community will be very.
Mr. Tucker, one more question. Now that we will have 4 separate sports at the center, will there be access to each individual area? Meaning, presently right now, if we go with the structure the way it is, the people using the pool would access through the frog lane gate, where potentially the Rugby Classic be going on? Will there be another access for those people to
The
use that?
intention is for the main access for the aquatic center to be on Robinson, so it'll be on the other side.
Okay, so then
If I understand your question.
hockey will use the same entrance?
Hockey has its own entrance, and then there's to be another entrance. Or we may use the same entrance, but I think there's going to be an entrance further to the north that would accommodate the aquatic center. But the intention ultimately is for there to be one entrance to the facility that accommodates all four components of the field, be it the south field, the hockey field, the north field, or the aquatic center for public access. That's right.
Oh.
That's the ultimate goal. But of course, that involves security and securing things off and process.